This is an Aquarius reading. Um, um, I already did this, and I was gonna post it, and I accidentally erased it instead. After I got rid of all the cards and cleaned out my garbage. And do you know what that reading was about, you guys? It was about, oh god, it was about everything going wrong and technical difficulties and either something happening that week, last week, or this week. Several things. Several things could go wrong here or have gone wrong here. So one of them, it might be your fault, and that's okay, and you're not gonna hate yourself for it. That was kind of. Hold on, let me just pause. I'm so mad at myself right now, you guys, but oh my god. Guess I'll listen to the advice of that last reading. Realize that. Okay, so I shared the story of a concert that I went to in San Francisco years and years ago. It was one of the big ones. It was the Outside Lands Fest with Tom Petty when he was still alive, and Radiohead, who's one of my favorite bands. Seen him many, many times. It's always a great time. Millions of people, just hordes and hordes of crowds and people. Okay. Let me get this warning out of the way. Um, it was something about the sound was off. Like they messed up the sound. I don't know who messed it up or what was wrong with it, but it was the way that the two bands handled it. It was very different. Even though Radiohead had been playing music at that point for like 30 years or something since they were young guys, and Tom Petty and his guys, and he even had Steve Winwood on there playing with him that night. It was cool. He'd been doing it for what, 50 years, you know? So the example was the sound went off in the middle of Radiohead's song, the new song I wanted to hear too. Of course, I was super excited about it. It's called All I Need. Beautiful song, and the sound cut off, and I think they were expecting them to fix it immediately or something, and they all just kept playing the song. And the song was over, and they were finished with it by the time that the sound guys got the sound back on. And then, you know, they went to the next song. We never really got to hear that. But, and the same, I don't know what was going on at this show, but it was incredible. But Tom Petty was playing, and the sound cut off, and immediately, I mean, it was like that. He stopped everyone. He turned around, cut the band off, and said, all right, guys, we have a little bit of technical difficulties here. Just give us a minute, you know, and then, you know, go take a doobie break or whatever. And so that metaphor is going to apply to something that either happened this week or is going to happen next week, where I think there's something that you might have, maybe could be responsible, like me just erasing that video for no reason and then clearing out the trash too. Oh my god. But then there's going to be something else that's out of your hands. And the message here is, even if it's embarrassing or if you get angry, it's like, just be hashtag not bothered. Just decide right now. Just be chill as a cucumber. Okay, you're not going to forge through like Radiohead. Okay, you're going to go with the flow like Tom Petty, which is stopping the song and realizing that the sound was off because he's just had 20 more years experience. Yeah, they've had 30 more years of experience than whoever played earlier in the day. God, I can't even remember. I think everyone been playing for 30 years at that show, but it's something to let you know that it's building your strength, it's building your character, it's building your armor of not getting so embarrassed so easily or getting upset. And it's just realizing that the more you do it, one of these days you're just going to be like that Tom Petty moment where you're going to see it coming and you're going to just let it roll, like it won't even bother you. So, whatever this technical difficulty is, whether it's you or somebody else, or a sound guy or someone, I don't know, you're not going to try and get to the bottom of why everything went wrong. You're going to visualize how you want it to go right next time. You know, you're going to visualize everything going right next time, and you're going to understand that it's building up character, strength, and experience. It's just going to make you of a more professional. To go through more professional technical problems is going to make you more professional, whoever you are. Okay, that was warning number one. Warning number two was that you're worried about money and you're focused on maybe a solo project or new creative project, or if you're a songwriter, you know, new songs, or an author, new a new book, because you're thinking about ways to make money, but you really need to separate that project from dollar signs. From dollar signs right now, okay? But there was a suggestion for dollar signs, which is something that you might feel uncomfortable with, but it's your spirit team giving you kind of the go ahead to don't be too prideful about it, that it happens often in the business. Whatever you do, it's milk it, reissue. So my example was, I have this K-pop band that I really really love. They're just incredibly gifted, and everything they do is iconic and phenomenal, you know, everything they make. And they always do this thing where they kind of release this album, right? And then they do a reissue like months later, where they add like 3 songs on, and then they do a whole reissue with art and everything. And so it was saying something like you could do maybe like a reissue like that, or um, a redesign, like, oh, it's the 5th anniversary of this book that you wrote that's already been well received, or a song that you wrote, you're going to do like the club dance mix. And it's not being tricky, and it's not cheating your fans or the people that support you at all. They're gonna love it. Like with that band, like, take my money, you know, that meme. It's gonna be like that. So have pride in it. In that, you might be reaching a whole new audience too. You know, like if it's a song that you already released that got good reviews, you can go to whoever is in charge of the money or the finances at the record company or at the whatever, the bureau or the something something, fill in the blank, and say, hey, we could make, you know, you crunch the numbers already and you say, if we only spend this little extra, you know, $200, we could make a 2,000% profit releasing this as like a club edit. Or, like I was saying, like a 5th anniversary edition where you redesign the cover. So there is an additional artistic value to it, but it just may be not exactly within your comfort zone as far as how you see your art. Okay, so be open minded with, like, or I was saying, milk it, you know? Or if the album came out last year and for whatever reason there was something going on with either life or your life where it could have done more sales or reached a broader audience, or there's something about the way you can network or someone you know now or who you're closer to in the company or something that can really just be that guy to say yeah, or, you know, green light it for you to do something that's already been done and really worked over, or do a director's cut, you know, metaphorically. If you make movies, it's something that's already been made, released, and well received, but you're just going to do this little, very small adjustment to it, from what I'm hearing, and reissue it. Okay, milk it. And it may be like a niche thing, You know, it might not appeal to everyone in the world, the old and the young alike. You know, maybe the old hate it, maybe the young hate it. But whatever it is, there's some extra money to be made, maybe for the holiday or for this new project, so that you don't have to worry about the money signs with it and you can just create pure art. But I feel like um you're in a very powerful place. There's something about what you've done this year or this month that is next level that you're being applauded for. Like a big fat kiss on the forehead from those that have passed on that are watching you. They're very, very proud of you. Something's very next level about you, like rising from the ashes, you know, getting knocked down and then getting back up again. And still being a compassionate, kind person. Maybe even to people who were not kind or compassionate to you. You know, it's like everything went wrong, and then at the last minute, or it's about to be that, everything's about to go right. I was talking about that band that I love that's just so inspirational to so many people. I've just loved watching people be inspired by them to be artists, to be dancers, to write music. So it's something like that. And they went through it this last year. I watched them. I was watching their content to learn Korean and Chinese, you know, like a tool that it's fun and exciting. And everything went wrong. Everything went between COVID and them getting hurt and them getting sick and their label not treating them right and splitting them up and acting wild and crazy with their schedules and being their own worst enemies and just one thing after another, and the venues falling through at the last minute. They booked, y'all, like the biggest venue in South Korea and sold out 2 nights and slayed. And slayed. And none of them really even knew if that was ever going to happen, if they were ever going to be all together, like on one stage in one piece. And it was very beautiful. So it's something like that. It's like all your dreams are about to come true after you were sure that it was hopeless and that the storm was too great and you didn't know, even if you're still caught up in the storm, if you're going to land. But you are, and you're about to thrive, okay? Oh my God, I live. If there was an injustice done to you, it's going to be rectified in a way that makes you feel like coming out of your shell a little bit more. So that you can focus maybe on this new endeavor that we were talking about. And if you're feeling like soft and squishy and romantic, go with it. There might be someone new who thinks you're the most beautiful thing they've ever seen. And just hearing that old Flaming Lips song, do you realize? Do you realize, oh, that you have the most beautiful face? Someone thinks that you have the most beautiful face and they just think that you're fantastic. So indulge your romantic sensibilities this week too. Don't be too cool. Okay, don't be too cool. Be sweet. Be the poet. Mm. Yeah. You're about to fall in love if you haven't already. Or if you're with someone, it's about to be like a new level of loving and understanding each other. It's beautiful. It's out of your hands and it's fine. It's like you look at each other like, oh no, are we in love? And like you laugh and it's okay. And it's kind of scary, but it's exciting. This is loyalty. You're about to have loyalty and passion in your life for the first time like never before. You don't have to fight it, and you don't have to see the end, and you don't have to know what's going to happen. Just live in the moment. Okay, please just be here now. Oh, and another warning that came out in the last thing, Baghdad time. I screwed up a Zoom call oh my God. Make sure if you are supposed to have a meeting or an interview or something, fill in the blank, that you make sure the time zone is converted properly to the right date, the right day. If you're supposed to fly out somewhere, it's about double checking your time. Double check the date and the time. Because it could be you had put it in your book or your schedule as, 3 p.m., let's say. But it's 3 p.m. friggin', I don't know, Austrian time or something. And if you're unsure, it was don't be scared to ask. And it's a quick fix, a quick email to confirm the time with someone around you or someone else that needs to be there for the meeting or something like that. Just, hey, I want to confirm that it's 3 p.m. on Thursday, this date, this time zone. Okay, it was specific about time zones. If you have a world clock, there's a little world clock app on almost everyone's phones that you can check. You just put in the city and it'll tell you what date and what time. So if you need to double check that way too, if it's really important, it's better safe than sorry. But this is all about, you can't plan for everything to go perfect and then get mad when it doesn't, because it's just something that happens. Like, to make a long story short, don't be upset with yourself if you do something absent-minded like that. It's kind of because there's this love thing that may be a little making you feel like a little, like you're a little drunk, like you're about to trip and be drunk in love and you're trying to fight it, but it's not something that you can fight. You can't fight the waterfall. Can't fight the waterfall. So whoever you are, this is a time of a kind of time, a grace period here. So if you're trying to make some extra money for the next project or for Christmas or for the honeymoon that you're going to be having when you meet this person and fall in love and it's happily ever after, you can go somewhere really cool that you always wanted to go. Milk it, reissue it, redesign it. Second anniversary something. Hooray! Whatever. It will be well received, and you don't have to be too prideful about that. But there's a galactic wisdom here, to put it a different way. You're much bigger than this little body that you're in. And I feel like whoever you are, you're about to inspire the world, but you don't have to reinvent the wheel this week. That great work, might be better started in a couple months for whatever reason, whether it's just the time of year or whether it's this person's about to walk into your life and you're going to want to give them a lot more time and attention than maybe that other thing right now. And that other thing deserves your time and attention, but this new love deserves your time and attention. And don't worry about what's fair or what's not fair. It'll work itself out, and you'll be made whole again. And if there was any misinformation or if someone blamed you for something that could be described as technical difficulties, it will come out that it was that person's fault and it wasn't your fault, and it's going to be okay. And if it was your fault, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's all a learning experience. It's all a learning experience. All right, Aquarius, I'm going to leave it there. You guys are awesome. I'm so proud of you, whoever you are. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. And yet, here you are, shining and inspiring the people around you. And if not that, the whole world. Or you will soon. And you'll have someone to hold your hand that understands loyalty, okay? That understands friendship, that understands collaboration too. So they can help you with whatever your art is, and you can help them with whatever their art is. So there's like a common cause there. And you're both kind of rebels in the same way. You know, beautiful but a little bit dangerous. So that's a clue. But it's not fantasy, this is reality. So go ahead and indulge your romantic poetess or poetness this week. And just decide to stay cool as a cucumber. If everything goes wrong, this too shall pass. And you're going to get that scholarship. You're going to get that award. You're going to get that recognition. You're going to get that booking. And it's going to be bigger and better than you ever could have imagined. And it might even be like a full circle moment where you do realize that you are where you need to be and you are who you need to be. And who you need to be is you. All right, Aquarius. Love you guys. Proud of you. See you for the next one. Bye-bye.